Hey, what's up everybody? Retro Gaming Guy here. Today in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the GUN4IR light guns, which have undoubtedly become one of the most popular light gun controller options today. And for good reason. They perform extremely well and they give you a great experience. What I love most about this is that I have a retro feel to this because at the end of the day, this is a Namco GUN 2 that's been fully modded and configured to work with modern technology. So you can actually get a GUN4IR gun one of two ways. You can go and pick up one at a more premium price point like I did that's pre-configured and set up already. So it comes exactly as you see this one here. It's a modded, already pre-modded GUN 2 that has the modern technology in there from GUN4IR. It also has the fisheye lens up here at the top. So you can actually remove this if you want to, but I find that the performance of this is so much better with it. Especially if you're either playing on a larger screen TV or monitor, or you're playing very close to that TV or monitor. So you end up with the same experience either way, whether it's because you're close to your screen or because you just have a massive screen. In fact, I ran into a lot of issues with Sinden because I was trying to play on my 75-inch screen, which is what I like to play on most. It gives me that more immersive experience. But the downside was it actually tracked fine on screen, but when I would do the off-screen reloads, I would have to move such a long distance away from my screen to actually register my gun off screen, pull the trigger, bring it all the way back, and it just took a lot of time. And in the process, I usually lost a life in whatever light gun game I was playing. So with this, it's just a smaller action to reload off screen, but we also have the ability to map our reload to a button on here. And this one has a really unique setup here in terms of what buttons are offered. So over here on the side, we have two buttons here. So we could go ahead and map one as our coin to insert coins into like an old school arcade light gun game. Or we can go ahead and map the first one here as our start button. You can do this however you want. You can map any buttons on here however you want to. It's fully customizable and I love that. We also have the larger buttons on both sides of the barrel here. And we have a D-pad in the back. And that's where I think this really gets unique and interesting because that doesn't look like it would be too attractive to most, but I've actually gone ahead and mapped my D-pad down as my reload button. So some games I like to shoot off screen, some games that are really intense, oftentimes it's those machine gun style rail shooter games. When I have to reload, I just tap that D-pad down and I don't have to take the time to physically move my gun off screen, pull the trigger, move it back over. I can just keep it, right in frame and just tap that D-pad down and I instantly reload just like that. It's so easy, so convenient to use. Of course, we have the trigger, which has great action on it. And we also have this really cool feature down here, which honestly, I don't use that much, but I can see a lot of people really enjoying this as either your reload function, where you just simply tap the magazine button at the bottom, or you can use this as like your grenade function for those games that give you a secondary weapon that you pick up along the way in your game. So lots of great options here. And this isn't the only option that GUN4IR offers. Obviously, it depends on what they have available in stock. But you can get a wide range of different options from them. You don't have to get this exact GUN 2 light gun casing. You can go a couple different routes depending, again, on what they have in stock. But if you want to be more cost effective, you can go ahead and just buy the components that get installed within the light gun. You can go pick up an original GUN for the PlayStation and open it up, install all of the components yourself, and that's going to save you an absolute fortune in all honesty. The downside is it's more risky. You have to follow the instructions very closely. It's time consuming and you may not have the patience or skill set to achieve that. And that was my concern. That's why I decided to just pay the premium price to get this sent to me, already done, so I knew that I could just plug this directly into my PC and start enjoying my games much quicker than if I had to, take on the entire modding process as well. So still, it gives you two different options to go about enjoying GUN4IR, but we're going to jump in here. We're going to test this out. Now, this does work with IR sensors. You have to install 4 onto your TV or monitor. And the way that it works is you'll put one at the top of your screen, one at the bottom, and then you'll put one on the left and one on the right. So they form a perfect cross, and that is going to enable you to have perfect on-screen tracking and just have a great experience with your favorite light gun games. Now, this also connects to your PC via USB connection, and there's a power supply connection at the base of this as well. So you would go ahead and plug a 12-volt power supply cable into the base of this to get the recoil functions on here. You don't need to have those though. That's going to give you the clicking and vibrations every time you pull the trigger. It does get a little bit loud, so if you're sharing walls with like a neighbor or you're gaming late at night, you may want to just unplug that power supply portion and play, in a much quieter manner. But I'm going to demo this both ways for you. You'll see me jumping into some Techno Parrot rail shooters with the recoil enabled. In fact, I'll probably play with 2 guns because that's how I like to enjoy those titles. But then I'll also play some games without the recoil enabled, so you can see, both sides of things here. So let's dive into it.
Action! 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 Action!
is this? The mummies are moving!
All right, guys, so you can see we jumped into a wide range of different games here, and I was actually using Chris Coolmod's 2TB ReroBeast Light Gun setup today, which is great because it integrates all of the software that you need to get these up and running directly into the drive, so you don't have to go out and do as much work setting things up from scratch. You still have to go through the settings and make some minor adjustments, but it does still save you a whole bunch of time. And, you know, it gives you a great experience because you get access to tons and tons of games. So this will work obviously without that too, but you'll have to spend a little bit more time setting things up. But great experience here. You saw what the recoil is like. You saw what using it without recoil is like. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want to, have for each game that you jump into. You can custom map your GUN4IR light gun with each game as well. Certain games I want to have my reload maybe down here. Certain ones I want to have it up here on one of the bigger buttons. Maybe I want to keep it on the D-pad down, or maybe I don't even want to map that and I want to just go off of the off-screen reload when I shoot off screen. You can customize your experience game by game to your GUN4IR light gun however you want to. So I love that it's fully customizable too, but great experience here. It tracks beautifully on screen. The accuracy is on point. You can obviously calibrate this, but I really didn't have to do much with calibration. It just worked perfectly right out of the box. And that fisheye lens in the front definitely makes a huge difference as well. So definitely check these out. I'm going to put a link to GUN4IR's website up here at the top of your screen, as well as in the description of this video, just to make it easier for you to get some additional information on this. I'll also put a link to Chris Coolmod's ReroBeast 2TB light gun setup as well, if you're interested in learning about that. But that is going to do it for today. Let me know what light gun you're using. Are you using this? Maybe you're using Sinden. Maybe you're using retro shooters. Let me know what you're using, what your experience has been like. And if you've used this right here, let me know in the comments below. That's going to do it for today, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please give me a thumbs up right here on the video. And of course, hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all future videos right here on the Retro Gaming Guy YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.